How we doing, Robust family? And look, welcome. I know you're going to enjoy the episode coming up, and we have a lot more stuff on this channel. But before we engage on the new show, can I ask you to do me a small favor? Just robustly smash that subscribe and like button. It helps us a lot, and it makes sure that you do not miss a robust breakfast show beat. All right, enjoy. And here's something interesting, Mr. Efe. You were speaking during the timeout. You were saying something about how easy it is for people to succeed nowadays.
To be honest, it's very easy to succeed nowadays. Now I say that, but I know we have one enemy.
Yeah.
And that enemy is our flesh, our will.
Yeah.
And that's a big enemy. As easy as it is.
Why do you say that?
Because we know we can, even if we don't know what to do, we're in the age where knowledge is cheap.
Yeah.
Knowledge is easily available now.
Yeah.
In those days, you had to seek for it. You had to seek for information. You had to really dig deep, and people really kept information as their copyright and all that. But now it's very, very difficult because of AI, because of technology. So those things that people used to keep and you had to pay for, now they are readily available.
Yeah.
You can easily find information on the internet. You can use ChatGPT. You can use, this
Cat's happy.
Yes.
Cat smiling there.
These consultancy companies online, free information of good market research that in those days used to cost thousands and thousands of pounds.
Wow.
They
say that anything that there's an abundance of loses value.
Yes.
So, but I think in terms of our brain,
exactly. So because data now is king, so what's happening? A lot of firms are even wanting their platform to be the go-to place to receive information, so they get your data. So that is why it's easier now to be successful, because though competition is steep, but there is also a gap for good service, especially in the Western world.
Yeah. So the fear is that we have such an abundance of information that, like, even listening now, we will do nothing with it.
Exactly.
It's so accessible that now it literally just go over our head. We'll get excited, but there won't be no action taken afterwards.
That is where the problem is. That is why, as easy as it sounds, it's very difficult, because we have a giant enemy, which is our
flesh,
our will, our desires, our whatever it is that stops us from doing what we need to do. So like this information we are getting now, it's
it's priceless
information. But what are we doing with it? How many will go and say, okay, I need to
It's true, because the executive summary, you made it open to everybody, and there were very few people who got back with it. And the ones who got back, you were able to directly touch in to what they were sharing, which was been really good. Yeah. So a lot of people missed out on that opportunity as well.
Exactly,
because it's so easily accessible. These are crazy times, hey Joe?
Yes. That's what makes the difference. So now we touched on market research. We touched on target audience.
Yes.
Already while we were speaking on target audience. So basically, know your target audience.
That's what we're going to cover now.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we've covered.
That's what we've covered.
Yep.
That's the second point. Know your target audience. So it's basically what we had touched on in market research as well, more or less. So you need to know your target audience. Who will be the audience, the customers that will want your product or your service.
Okay. So we're going to go to the next one. Just to catch up in the live chat, we got some pointers that we'll put there, yeah?
So, Anonymous, I think it's Jade, said we will be offering crochet, knitting and quilting pop-up workshops soon, as we do so much more. So that's her business that she'll be doing. Annabelle says, thank you so much, Mr. Efe and Jovina. You're welcome for all the gems. My phone notes are on.
Fire.
Lennon was asking us if we could put the websites in the chat. We've done so. And then Gloria from Woolwich says, very true. I learnt to code solely through the internet.
Wow.
So what she's basically saying is we have so much available to us because we have the internet.
I've always wanted to learn how to code. Now I've just seen someone put in the chat, I did it. Just for the internet. We have all the same access. Wow.
To be honest, someone who is a top executive in the United States was saying to me, top, is one of their top staff in the United States, was saying to me that everything he learned is free to learn.
Yeah.
Microsoft.
Even
everything. He said everything he learned, Microsoft offered free.
I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, I was gonna say on LinkedIn, everyone thinks of LinkedIn as, a connecting kind of, it's almost seen as a social media now. But LinkedIn has a learning platform where you can learn to, for example, if you want to be a graphic designer, you can learn UX and UI design, I think it's called. You can learn the basics of Excel, like how to do VLOOKUPs and how to do pivot tables if you've never done those before. These things are free.
I feel sad. The reason why is because we can do so much good things with our time, because we can literally have, if we're ambitious enough, if we're really ambitious, we can really do something amazing. It's no longer a lack of knowledge being an excuse anymore. So I'm feeling quite overwhelmed in terms of how far I can actually reach with what I'm hearing today, which is really powerful. Just to go through a few more here very quickly.
Yes, and then Anonymous, I'm guessing Jade, is saying, hence why I just made a checklist and decided to get up and action now.
That's it.
While it's still fresh and hot. Know thyself.
Love it.
And then Emmy from South Africa is saying, finally able to join in live. South Africa is in.
Hey,
yes.
Great to have you with us, Emmy. And if you haven't already, make sure you send a message to the Breakfast Show WhatsApp line so you don't miss a Breakfast Show beat, okay? That way you'll keep getting updates. And finally, yes. Prince
is saying, good morning. I'm just hawker stalking. Powerful stuff I got from you guys today.
That's it. I know when it gets when the messages and stuff get very deep, I know that our listeners, listening and pay very close attention. Emmy just said something.
Yes, she said, I started a business of making and selling soap and body wash products online and used ChatGPT to learn how to keep the quality of the product longer.
Oh my gosh. This is wonderful.
It's available.
It's available. This is amazing. Okay, Mr. Effie, take us to the promised land.
So the next point is the competitive analysis.
Okay.
Now the Japanese, they have I think it's called the Kaizen approach, where they look to better what is already. That's how they develop their economy. So they didn't start to say, look, I want to do it my way. But they get the best and improve on it.
So this was after Hiroshima.
Yes.
They lost everything. They were defeated.
Yes.
So they're starting from minus bottom.
Yes.
Right. And you're saying they had an idea of using the Kaizen.
Yes.
So instead of starting something new, just take something and improve it.
So this is where I think the competitive analysis helps a business, because in that analysis you are looking at people who are already doing what you want to do or what you're doing, and you are looking at their strengths and weaknesses, and you are saying, look, okay, this is the strength, this is the weakness, this is why some of them who failed, maybe you want to look at them, though they are not competitors because they failed, but why did they fail? What did they not produce? What service did they not provide? So when you do that, when you analyze it, it will help you improve your product. It will help you to say, look, I'm not going to make the same mistake. So basically you are learning from someone else's experience rather than going through the process.
The process. It's going a whole 1, 2, 3 years you know, you can see already ahead the future.
Because I tell you, 90% of what you're going through, someone has already gone through it before.
Yeah.
So when you do, again, this is why it's good to do your research, your business plan, because when you do your research, your business plan, you don't need to go through that route. That took maybe somebody 5 years to find out. They already found out. So when you check, you say, okay, no, I'm going to put this in place now. I don't need to go through that. It shows that you're already ahead.
Beautiful. So customer analysis, beautiful.
Competitive analysis.
Competitive
analysis.
So
Yeah.
looking at your competitors, who in the industry is doing well, who in the industry is not doing well, and you know, I'm learning from them, I could say. So you can use different frameworks. You can use the SWOT analysis, PESTLE. These all mean different things, but essentially it's looking at not just the market, but also who is there and what are they doing and how do they compare to your business.
Is that something you have to pay for?
No, you can, well, it depends.
It depends. Again, the data is there. Because if you go to these sites, you will see the industry trend. You will see what people are projecting. You will see the demographics. What are people projecting? The other time we gave example. Now people are living longer here in the UK. So the care business, it's huge. You know what I mean? It's a huge industry. So you already know. And for the foreseeable future, because most of the NHS was not based on people. The focus at the time, the statistics at the time of the NHS was not based on people living as long as so that they wished people to.
It's like, we can guess how long this one's going to be around for.
But they didn't base it, so that's why you're having problems now, and that's why you have a lot of care. Even the local council, they didn't. So you see why you need to always be.
That's true. People who realize that shift in the trend where people are living longer and hospitals and they're being overrun, right?
Yes.
So they're like, okay, I can take some of the load off you.
Yes.
I'm solving a problem. You know, I'm supplying a need, and there's a business right there.
Yeah, that's a business. When you're satisfied, like Adiola wants to do career empowerment by offering people career support. Now there are many companies that have done that. So she needs to see, okay, what's the gap? She wants to do it between the age of 16 to 25. Yes, the executive summary is fine. Now, what's the need? What do they need? What sort of demographic age group, for example, or race, or what, for example, are you going to focus on people who grew up with single parents, which maybe because of lack of, we know, unfortunately in prisons, a lot of young people, they don't come from a statistic. This is what the statistics show.
Yeah, that's true. They
come from a single parent. Unfortunately, this is what the statistics show.
I think I just realized something. I remember when I was in primary school, I wasn't doing so well. I was fighting a lot, and I remember I was behind in quite a few things. And I remember they sent me to a place, it's like a center with like these people, and they would just give me like they would kind of, I would do fun things, but they would kind of bring me back up as well. And it had nothing to do with the school, as far as I can tell anyway. But imagine if somebody's offering that service. So the thing is, this young person, they're not achieving what they should be doing. They have behavioral challenges. This is what's happening. This is what we're going to provide. So you've just solved another solution in society. And I was there just for a couple of days. I came back there like, yeah, you're good, man. You're good to go. And I came back into
I bet you someone was offering that service, and maybe the council outsource it. Or the school outsource it to a company.
Yeah.
So now this is what she needs to be looking at.
Guys, I hope this is making you think of some ideas now. Look, if you're listening to the program now, maybe there's ways you're doing something you haven't thought of how far you can take it. Maybe you're thinking of what can I do, and you're hearing this conversation. There are so many different ways that we can get involved, where we can, achieve our definition of success in, helping to empower people or provide a service or, something. I hope this is getting our mind working. We're really excited about this because this is really good. It's good. Yeah.
You know, as you were speaking, I was also thinking that there's a gap now of funding for this sort of, because before the council used to fund it.
Yeah.
But there's a gap for funding. But now, because of the social responsibility of business, they put a lot of emphasis on social responsibility. People want to see their carbon footprint, their social responsibility. So a lot of businesses will fund this sort of projects now. So it's good to look at it. Since the council, they don't have the funds to fund them. So that's why a lot of youth center close.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
So now there could be a gap where big businesses will fund a good project. Because that's a gap the government have now identified. Because before, people used to have youth centers. Most of them are closed down now.
True. That's true.
So you only get this information when you've done proper research.
This is interesting because I grew up. We used to have adventure playgrounds with ropes, and you run and get hurt and you buckle and everything like that.
Yeah.
But you grew up, and a lot of them, like you said, got closed. So business was actually, if somebody had the idea to organize staff, to organize this kind of facility, to get the area, to get the location, there are businesses that will support that, that will fund that.
It's true. And even within the VYG, there was been a time where we were looking at, like, could we get funding from like other places? And there's actually so much funding out there for, like, especially with young people, performing arts projects. And if you do dancing or theatre or this type of thing, there's funding out there. And like, there's so many different grants that if you just like did your research and took the time to apply for them, there's funding out there that you could actually receive, because there's not places like youth centers anymore. So you really have to research. So
what you're saying is, it doesn't have to be a thing where you have to kind of say pay down funds yourself or to have big save. Obviously, I believe it helps, right? But there's also support out there as well to bring your idea to life.
Exactly. Because like you can see the gap now. That age between 16 to 25 is critical. It's critical for certain people, especially a lot of young people now. They are the need. So she put in, I'm talking about, Diola. She put in there, she wants mentoring as well. So there are a lot of people who need that sort of service. We can tell, because unfortunately, because of lack of career plan, they may go into the wrong hands. So imagine if you have the correct data, you know how to pitch it, you know how to start. So you can see how, I think what we are trying to achieve here is to make it, for you not to think that the business plan is a burden. The plan is, I think, walking through this with Jovina here, we are making it, you realize the importance of the business plan, and we are walking through these examples, which is good.
Beautiful.
For us to understand that the business plan is essential. So imagine you going into the business plan, it's like you driving blindfolded. What's going to happen?
It's going to crash.
I've got a video about this. Just to break it.
No worries.
We got quite a bit. I think we can leave it at that for now. So we ended on competitive analysis.
Yes.
I think we can hold it there to digest everything that we received today. Before I show this clip, we've got some comments there in the chat.
So we've got Henry from Croydon. Henry from Croydon saying, "Good morning. I'm just here stalking for the last 30 minutes of the show."
Great to have you.
At least they know they're stalking.
They're called Walker Stalkers.
Walker Stalkers, of course.
Yeah.
So Henry's saying, "To be honest, in college, one thing they told me was to not only limit myself to what I learn in class, but also extend my learning to what specific direction I want to go into." So that's what he's saying. And Adeola is saying, "Morning all, and thank you." That's beautiful. What I'm trying to tap into. CSR.
So, I don't know.
I don't know.
Something.
Either either corporate social responsibility
Ah,
or career.
This is Adiola herself.
Yeah.
Adiola is
that's
there.
good.
She's there. She's present. All right. Well, you know what, guys? This is Keep It Coming. Love having a conversation today, and I just hope this is really opening our mind. Business plan. It's not a burden. It's something that is a tool to help us to prepare. And guess what? You know, they say, like we've heard in the beginning, plan to fail. Fail to plan. Fail to plan to fail.
Yeah.
And we've got a good example of this on our social shock, and I think you might find it quite interesting. Check this out. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the show. Just thought I'd interrupt. If you haven't done already, smash the robust like and subscribe button. Why not? Why not? You like us, I like you. Why not?
Made 200K in sales last month.
Let's go.
We're set, man.
How much of that was profit?
What?
You know, how much did you keep after all your expenses?
Oh, how much do we keep, man? That don't matter if your sales are high enough, am I right?
No, you're not right. Sales don't matter if there's no profit.
All right, as long as you set some aside for taxes, you'll
Taxes?
Please tell me you put money aside for taxes, Michael. My dropshipping course didn't talk about this. The 200K, tell them how much profit there was. I told you we had 200K in sales. What were the profits, Michael? We had 200K in sales. Please tell me we had profits.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
That's it.
Honestly,
I've been there.
Why I'm laughing is because I went for a workshop, I think 2 years ago or in the last 2 years. Yeah. And someone asked when they said, okay, you could make 200 and you could be out of business. Then the person said, where will all the money go? You could make 200,000 and you still be out of
business.
So the person asked, but where will the money? So this what happened.
That's the point right there. It went everywhere else. But that's the whole thing about this preparation, you know, a business plan.
Yeah.
We can kind of, with all this information you share with us, we can have an idea but see the future of how it could actually go, how things can turn out, put ourselves on the right leg, on the right foot to do well, to reach the clients that we need to reach. It's a good win. It's a good win. Guess what? But here's something else I want to show you right now, actually. You know, Facebook, right? Mark
Yes.
Zuckerberg.
Yes.
You know, well-established company, very, very popular. But I'm going to show you a clip here where I think they made similar mistakes. Is that the right one, Kat? Let me see. Okay, they made some mistakes. I think they made some schoolboy mistakes that I might be able to relate to. Joe, you might have a bit more of insight into this. But this is Meta. It's a satire. Check this out.
All right, marketing team, how are we gonna roll out this new Threadit app? Mark said we're just calling it Threads now. Yeah, he wants to avoid multiple lawsuits this time. Okay, what's our Threads app marketing plan? Mark said, and I quote, we don't need one. There's no marketing plan? That's what Mark said. Are we gonna tell people how to use it? Nope. Mark said people already know how to use it because it's the exact same thing as, don't say that word in here. I'm just telling you what Mark said. When are we announcing the app? Mark said we're not doing that either. We're not announcing the app. Yeah, Mark said drop it like it's hot and shut your mouth. That doesn't make any sense. That's Mark what said Mark said. And now we gotta do Where's Mark?
Yeah, I can relate to that because Fred's came on the scene. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like an intrusive guest at dinner party. Like I didn't ask for you. You know what's going on with that?
I think that's exactly how I felt when Threads first came about. And the only explanation to it was, oh, it's the same thing as Twitter, but by fake Meta, basically. And then I decided I didn't want to use it because I never used Twitter, so why would I use Meta? I mean, Threads now. But I think
they didn't even give you the means to use it. They just assumed, like, well, in this satire, I don't know if that was the actual marketing strategy, but they just assumed, oh, everyone will know what to do. And I even attempted to use it. And afterwards, I'm like, I don't even know where this thing's going. And now it's a thing that it's a bug in my phone. Like, it's a bug on Instagram. I don't see it as anything helpful. I'm like, someone sends me something, I'm like, meh. So I'm just bringing this back to, you know, what we talked about marketing, we talked about our service. if we're approaching the wrong audience, people don't know how to use our service, they don't know what we stand for, they don't know what we want to do, we could just be like a fly on the, like an irritation on the wall if we're not able to communicate what we do properly. And that's why the business plan, is all inclusive to make us appear valuable to customers.
Yeah, even if it's a good product and we don't market it right, the key is the need. You need to reach the need for, satisfy the need of your customers and know where the need is. That's the key. If your product is not needed or service, then you are out of business.
Okay. Wow. What's this? Gloria from Woody said, Fred's is really good for making sales.
Tell us more.
Yeah, please tell us more.
Tell us more.
Please educate us, because the meta's not.
Meta, they didn't do it.
Right, we're gonna need you. We have time to work it out. All right, so look, guys, we'll go for a very short time out. We're just winding down now. Looks like we're gonna finish at a good time today, literally, because usually we have to like get Pastor Gabriel, and Pastor Gabriel's like, the time, but I think we'd be good. So we're gonna go for a very short time out. And actually, I've got a question. I've got a morning coffee question just to share with you guys. We can just throw it in there very quickly as we're just wrapping up the show this morning. And the question we want to ask is, Kat, throw it out there, please.
It is, if you were given $1 million budget to market your dreams and your dream business, what's the first thing you'd spend it on?
All right, that's what we're asking as we're wrapping up the show this morning. All right, it's going to be a nice, tight one here. We're asking everyone, if you had a £1 million budget to market your dream business, what's the first thing you would spend it on? We're going to let you mull over it this morning as we're going to go for a very short time out. We'd love to hear your ideas. I want to hear what the Table of Justice has to say on this one. It'll be very, very interesting. And let's get this show on the road. All right, I'm good, fan. Gloria, please. I would love to be friends with Threads, and maybe you're the doorway to help us value it. Maybe you are, Gloria. Anyway, and we had a comment here from Neil Priscilla, who said this over there in Botswana. Somewhere, somehow, the Tuesday program plays a great role in my finances. The fact that I started a small business just from the breakfast show family. I'm selling this other delicious snow pie ice cream. Snow pie ice cream, that's different, right?
Snow pie ice cream. Okay.
It's hot this side. Also snack, peanuts with raisins, and cool time juice, kind of, but icy. Selling here in the offices, also at home for kids, even around, like when I'm going to playgrounds. Thanks to BSF. Thank you, Mr. Efe. Right now, I'm making extra cash with that much effort. Easy multitasking.
Wow. Well, this is what we said. We have to defeat our greatest enemy, which is ourselves, really.
Yeah.
And because the truth is that if we put in practice what we know, as we're saying off air, that to be honest, with what we know about service, if we really put that in practice, we will be recognized in any area of life. If we decide to do business, at the workplace, at education, when we put service as we know it, as we are taught in the help center, we'll be the head. We'll make a difference. We will exude.
There's a promise where it says we won't be among unknown people.
Exactly. So we let ourselves down, I think. We let God down, we let ourselves down.
So and so we're serving in mediocrity. We're not doing as much as we can.
Yes.
And that's the problem. It's not opportunity, it's not information, it's not our environment, it's not oppression, it's not anything like that. It's not persecution. That's the issue. It's just us letting ourselves down.
In the UK, we are privileged, isn't it?
I like the way Neo literally just went straight into action. She didn't say anything to any of us, right?
Yeah.
She just sent a message, say, look, this is what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So she's been hearing the programs and she's just been getting on with it, which is great. We actually have a picture from Neo sharing some of her produce, which is very, very interesting. Also, we're gonna just want to hear from you guys. We've got some comments in the live
Yes,
chat.
we have. So people are answering the morning coffee question.
Yes.
So Adeola said, I do research on my target market to see what they want from the business. Yes. So we're thinking.
Beautiful.
And then anonymous, I think maybe Jade. Yes, Jade said, I'd invest it in a sewing studio where I can purchase the venue, as that would cut half of my expenses and give me a base hub, free taster workshops, staff members, marketing campaigns.
Beautiful.
And then she said you can donate through my website if any millionaires are watching.
That's the
All
spirit.
donations and sponsorships are welcome.
That's the spirit. Love it,
Yes.
Jade. Love it.
And then Henry from Croydon says, if my service and product is ready, the million would be spent on Google SEO, so search engine optimization, to make sure it reaches those who search for my solutions.
Brilliant.
As well as utilizing ads via YouTube, Instagram, and working on an affiliate program with those creators in that niche community.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So that's very good input there. Hey
Very
guys.
good.
Yeah,
We see that everyone is really taking this in, because I like the idea that they understand that they have to invest in the right place, which is market research. You need to
Yes.
have that knowledge. You need to have that information. Then, if the business is already, you already know where you are, you invest. So basically, this is very good, because I think the listeners are understanding that where they are at this point, and how best. Because the million, it depends on where you are at. If you don't have a business plan, the best thing to do is to invest first in a business plan, because you can't put the cart before the horse. If you invest if you invest in a product and you don't have a plan, you can have products you can sell.
That's right. How many people have been involved in business and they just got stock piled up in their house? Right? They went and got a whole heap of stock, but like not even anybody knows that their stock is in their house. So like that's why this is so important. Wow, this is very strong stuff. So people got the right idea.
Yeah.
We got the right idea. Yeah,
Yes.
you happy with that?
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of technical words from Henry, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did you say here?
He said he would do SEO, so
And he said as well as utilizing ads via YouTube.
yes, Instagram, and working on an affiliate program. So
Okay.
affiliate is like working with content creators
Yeah.
to promote your business.
In that niche community. That's beautiful. And we've got the picture here from Neo Priscilla. She sent us two. So she sent us her so these are that's amazing. So those are sweets that I think it's the raisins and the nuts.
Yeah.
So it's all nicely packaged, everything organized. She's going out there, she's selling it, and also she's got the ice poles as well when it's hot. So wherever the temperature is, she's moving, she's hustling. And you know what, guys, in Wellness Wednesday on the Breakfast Show, we're learning about different things, and I've got like a watch now where I'm counting my steps. So imagine if you're going out doing that, counting your steps and get your steps in as well. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. So I mean, is there any right or wrong answer to the morning coffee question today, Mr. Effie?
Well, I would say there is a wrong answer if you spend it on the business without knowing first what your plan is. I think that would be dangerous. That's taking a risk, and we don't want to crash.
Yeah.
But if you have your business plan, like I think everyone who responded, they already know what they want to do.
Yeah.
Which means they've done all and they know where to spend it.
Beautiful.
Never spend money or get money when you don't know where to spend it.
That's a very important lesson right there.
Yes.
Huge.
So don't get a business loan if you don't know
Where it's
where
going.
it's going.
Yeah.
Don't just touch it, because you get in problems.
Yeah. That's absolutely fantastic. Joe, final words.
I'll just say yes. If you have a plan, then at least you're getting somewhere. But something to add would be, if you've already got a business plan, still invest in researching your market, just because the market is ever changing. 10 years ago it wasn't how it is now. There are brands that were out there 10 years ago really like at the top of their game, that now no longer stand. So the market is ever changing, and keeping up with those trends, keeping up with what your customer needs are and how they are changing, allow it to shape your business as well.
Okay.
Because that's how you will
So don't be
stay in the
stubborn.
market. Yes.
This is how we've always done things. And now I still have my customer from 50 years ago, Jim, Jam, and John. And they've been keeping my business together. No, they have to be flexible. Follow
You
the
have to be
trends.
flexible, yes. Of course, don't lose your brand identity, but also be flexible so that you can remain within the market throughout the years. Yes.
Thank you for that. And any final words, Mr. Efe, just to wrap up?
Well, I think the final words would be let's put in practice what we are, and let's make ourselves. Let's not let God down. I think God is giving us everything, especially here in the UK with all the resource we have. We can think about service, and let's do our best.
Lucas, how did you find it today, Lucas? I mean, you're sitting there doing that Darth Vader seating position thing. Lower it down for him a bit, because you've got a very tender voice, this brother. I don't know, you've got a big voice, innit, this brother, when he speaks. How did you find it today, Lucas?
It's good. I was taking a couple of notes. It's good to receive all the information from Mr. Efe and Jovina as well.
Yeah, fantastic. And anything you can make use of?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, I have my own plans I have for the future, etc. So it's good to learn from early.
That's the spirit. All right, guys. So look, we're going to keep it going. I want to thank you, Mr. Efe and Jovina, for being with us today. You guys have been awesome. Absolutely amazing. All right. Also, thank you, Lucas, for being the guy. I was going to say the Dark Lord, but it's tied up in Jesus' name. You know, you're the chosen one. You're the chosen one. Yes. Good to have you. Yeah, Ajalush, yes, let there be light. And Cat Lady, you've been an awesome lady of sound over there in the Cat Cam.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've been great
Thank
today.
you.
All right, and guess what? I want to thank you, dear listener, for being with me today, putting up with the condition. You know how we do. And guess what? We'll be back tomorrow with our Wellness Wednesday. We're going to have the Table of Justice full. We're going to be looking at tools, tips, and ideas in order to take care of the only temple we have to live in while we're here on this earth. So I hope all of you join with us tomorrow. It's going to be great. Same breakfast show time, 8 a.m. Same, well, you from the UK time, all right? 8 a.m. Same breakfast show channel, libertyradio.co.uk. With next live show on Liberty Radio will be 12 o'clock Soul Raising Hour, where it's going to be going down. The Table of Justice, well, it won't be the Table of Justice, but you know we're going to have a full house and it's going to be great fun, okay? So make sure you set your alarm for that one. And other than that, I look forward to see you all tomorrow. Until then, ciao for now. Farewell, guys. Bye. Bye. And drink some coffee and hot chocolate.
Bye.
You're awesome.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of the program. We have a lot more episodes covering a lot more themes on The Breakfast Show. And guess what? Your experience can be even deeper and more interactive because we are live weekdays from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on libertyradio.co.uk. On that Liberty Radio platform, we have a whole host of other inspirational material. As well as that, we have our breakfast show in the mornings. Check it out. There's a live chat, there's a video feed, and you can get up to date on all the breakfast show antics and fun, vim, excitement, and all that kind of crazy stuff that we love to enjoy. This is Robbie here, Robust Presenter, and I hope to see you live and enjoy the next one.